Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Let's Talk Stroke. Now, my guest should be here arriving in just a few minutes, but I just wanted to let you know who Duncan is. Um, Duncan will be using his adapted iPad with a speech synthesizer to speak. So we already have some questions lined up that we talked about a month ago. So he had to input them into his synthesizer. So I first want to do is let you know what locked-in syndrome is before I bring Duncan on. So locked-in syndrome, the definition is LIS, also known as pseudocoma. It's a condition where a patient is aware but cannot move or communicate verbally due to complete paralysis of nearly every muscle in the body. So that's kind of it in a nutshell there. Very close to being complete paralysis is what Duncan has, but he can use one of his arms and to control the synthesizer. It's an iPad. So, but we'll still chat until Duncan gets here. For some reason, I don't see him in the screen here, but I will. We'll just chat until he gets here. So, good morning, Marina. Good morning, Sharon, George, Paul. Nice to see you guys here. I appreciate it. Kimberly, Teresa, and Salute, Christy, Kimi Burton. Nice to see you. Good morning, John Loomis. I do see that you're on the other channel here, so I appreciate it. So good morning. Makes a difference to see you all. And we're just going to chit chat because you know how it is trying to get into on this restream. We did a test last night, and guess what? It worked perfectly. So, but I'm just gonna. Yeah, okay, George. It's amazing you're here. And it's 3 a.m. at your where you live. I believe in Australia, right? I guess I'd have to have Salute or Tom teach me that. So since I made a graphic for Duncan, I'm going to try and see if it works. Hang on. It worked. How about that? Marina, I can always count on you to be there for me. I appreciate that. Paul, good morning. Sharon, thank you for saying where you're from there. I appreciate it. Lynn, nice to see you all. And I'm still checking and waiting for Duncan to pop on here. It's not, when you have locked-in syndrome, it's not as easy as a lot of people think. So it's yeah, you're gonna be very amazed about this synthesizer that he uses. That it's pretty amazing. We did a test last night, and he obviously, but he can't speak at all. He can say like hi, very broken, and but it'll be pretty amazing. Thank you, Salute, in Sydney, Australia. Okay, I'll bring up some comments here. So, Paul, good day for everyone here too. And hi, Duncan. Oh, yes. Okay. And thank you, Teresa, for sharing. And I'm still waiting, so I'm just going to read all your comments. And thank you, Lynn. I appreciate that. And John, you're here. I think you were on. I can't say the whole thing. It's not real right with Facebook, so it's called YT. So I think I saw you there. And Lynette Price, always good seeing you. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it, actually. And saying where you're from, which I think I know exactly where you're from. So, yeah, thank you, Sharon. So I'm still a little nervous, wondering where is he at. So I appreciate it, And but you guys are awesome. Jim Harley, nice to see you. Yeah. And I know we talked. We're going to be getting together soon. Looking forward to it. And no one knows what we're talking about, but Jim and Violet and I are going to get together and chit chat. But again, Jim's wife Karen is the planner as well as mine too. Avril, nice to see you from West Isle. Look, this is great, from Scotland. Man, I got everybody here, so I appreciate it. We're just waiting for oh, thank you, waiting for Duncan to pop on here, and it should be shortly. I tried to wait a little longer before I got on, so I know I got my hair cut there. Marina saying looks it. Awesome. And look at my friends from Modus Nova. And by the way, they should be here. He should be here shortly. But this show is brought to you by Modus Nova, and it is the deal with the hand mentor, which I use, and the foot mentor. So I appreciate that, guys. And nice to see you guys here. Modus Nova. I don't know which one of you are on here, and so I appreciate you being here. And this is going to be I bring up these comments. Here you go. This is going to be very enlightening, and to show everybody what locked-in syndrome is and how you communicate, because it is pretty amazing how you communicate with a synthesizer. It's an iPad adapted with a synthesizer. I can't even say that. I know, yeah, exactly. Tom, you do need it. Well, you need to reach out to them. Salute. But yeah, I'm bringing up some comments until my guest gets here. So I apologize for the lateness here. So thank you, John. And Virginia, nice to see you. Appreciate it. Nice to see you. Who else is out here? Yeah, that's all you have to do. Just improv, But we'll just wait, because I'm really excited to talk to Duncan. Last night was pretty awesome. He got it when we talked yesterday. He had his iPad talk for him, and I tell you, it was pretty darn funny what he said. Oh, Ella, okay, nice to see you. I think we'll be talking later today, and appreciate it. And this is good. Back east, but still, we chatted yesterday, so we know that we are going to be here. So yes. So let's chit chat about how everybody's doing out here before Duncan gets here. I know it's been just a little bit. So tell me what's going on with all you guys, because for me, I am pretty excited. Today I was actually, believe it or not, I couldn't sleep that much. Yes, Teresa, I'm not glad you do. So yeah, things are going good for me. I was up quite a bit last night, getting ready, thinking about this show, because I have 12 questions that I'm going to ask, and he already put them in his iPad. We have talked about a month ago, so this is going to be quite the show. So I'm hoping real soon that Duncan will get here, and I know I'm excited. I know I sent this out to a lot of people, and let's see here. Okay, I'm waiting for you to join. Okay, well he's actually waiting. Let's see. Let me type to him. I'm gonna send him, tell him that. Let's see. Like, I know this is kind of crazy. I'm doing this. This has never happened. So let's see if you can get there. If that doesn't, I have another way to do this, and so please bear with me, guys. Really, really. Thank you so much for the Kevin. Nice to see you. Okay, let's see if Duncan. He just sent me an email saying that he's waiting to join. So I don't know where he is. So let's see. Someone gives me one other shot here. I'll get back on. Let's see. Okay, that doesn't work there. So I don't want to have to sign off and sign back in. But that may be one of the things I have to do. And I hate to do this because Ray, yes, Magnus, nice to see you. Yes, he's actually been waiting for me, but somehow I don't see him. So I don't want to have to sign off here and try to sign back in. So just bear with me again, guys. I really appreciate that you're even here and looking to be on the show, because it's going to be absolutely amazing. Lily, nice to see you. I hope I didn't butcher your name. Yeah, sleep well. But yeah, Lily, nice to be here. You to be here. So I may have to sign off and try another thing. So I'm trying to give it a shot. And please bear with me. And if you see me sign off, then I will sign back on just right away, because I'm sure Duncan will be on. So, so again, I keep saying, please bear with me. I am. Thank you. Yeah, I'm just kind of shooting the breeze, but he'll be here. I'm very confident that this will happen. So let's go ahead and let's see. I'm waiting to see what Duncan says, and we'll get back here in a minute. I'm just responding to Duncan, and let's see. You guys, you keep talking to guys. Let's see what's going on. Thank you for being patient, you guys. Really, it really means a lot to me. So let's see, and come on, Duncan. Duncan and I comment. Okay, yes. Oh, good for you. Yeah, because I know that he is. I definitely let wait. Doing grow. Thank you. Appreciate it. We're gonna make this happen one way or another. So let's see. I feel like I need to have a drum roll here, but that's okay. This is a show that tell you it's got to be. You got to see. Yeah, Duncan is just. He's a world of fresh air. Does that make sense? No, but you got to see. So Duncan, if you're out there, I know you are. Please come out and see me. Let's see, please. But anyway, yeah, I'm just gonna sit back, wait, and talk to all y'all there. Let's see. Now, I don't know, Sharon, you asked me in Austin, Texas. It's actually New Braunfels in Texas. It's not too far from it. It's just not far. Yes, Ella, there it is. Modus Nova out there. Thank you so much. Let's see what Duncan says. See if you got my email back, and we'll go there. And anyway, things are good here on my side of the world, here in Texas. Just very cloudy. Supposed to rain a little, and then get some serious weather here. So let's see, Duncan. I apologize if I messed you up here. But we will get this all figured out. But you know what I may have to do is get through, is get this thing all stopped and get back going again. So please bear with me, guys. I may have to cut this short, and then I'll come back on in just about 2 minutes. So hang tight, and I'll be here, okay? Let's see. Okay, we're back, you guys. So looking forward to everybody to meet my friend Duncan Campling. And again, I think I told you guys the definition of locked-in syndrome and everything. So I'm I'm gonna look. Let's restart the video here, and then guess who is gonna be coming on? Here we go. Okay, guess who's here? The one and only. I wish I had a drum roll. I got the one hand doesn't really work good, so me using a drum roll doesn't work out real well. So again, here comes Duncan Campling. And you guys, real quick, thank you for coming back here, and I appreciate it. And welcome, Duncan. How are you, Duncan?
Hi.
Nice, always to see you. We have a lot of guests here this morning, and people from all over the world, people from Scotland, United Kingdom. Okay, well, my friend Salud, aloha again. I'll bring up some comments, and then we'll just go ahead and get started. You can see the comments properly? Perfect, perfect. Woohoo, aloha, Duncan. Thank you all, guys, for coming back here. This really, really means a lot to me and Duncan, I know for sure. So I'm going to bring back up some comments here, because everybody's looking forward to you, Duncan. You're the main attraction. I love it. It's so good to see you. And I figured I had a stroke moment where I couldn't figure out where you were. So thank you for hanging in there. And you see the comments on the side? Okay, then I could bring some up here. All telling you hello, Duncan. They don't say hi to me, but they say hi to you, and that's okay. It's all good. Brooke Allen. I'm not sure if you've seen her around. She's another monster workout stud. I was already been corrected. And then we've got good day from Sydney, Australia. George, nice to see you. Let's see. And Leslie Hadley. Okay. Well, you know what? Let's go ahead and let's start this out here. I think it'd be great for everybody. So I know we talked about a lot of questions that you and I are going to talk about, and we have them all, and they're let me see, I've got 11 questions, I believe, and the first one is, and everybody pay attention, let's talk before your stroke, Duncan. How would you describe yourself?
Well, before my strokes, I was an extremely hard-working family man, living in a house with my wife and boys just west of Philadelphia. I'm still a family man just west of Philadelphia, but some things have changed since March 2018. I now live in a nursing home and require assistance for most things. Having a powered wheelchair allows me to recline fully, almost in a lying position. Before electricity, I would be out of luck and completely unable to effectively communicate and move around. I used a speech synthesizer as the muscles in my face and throat are very weak. I can move all four limbs, but initially I could only blink. I type using only my index finger on my right hand, but I've recently started to recruit more fingers. Time for me is on hold, as stroke recovery does not observe weekends or public holidays. I fill my days with various activities and remain relatively busy. Before my strokes, I was utterly obsessed with providing for my family. I know I sound a bit like C-3PO from Star Wars. Like the original actor, I'm English too. I came to America for work when I was 25. I'm now 50.
That's great. And like you said earlier, yesterday, or even in the bio about the novelty, because a lot of people aren't aware what locked-in syndrome is. I talk to a lot of people, and but you're not completely locked in, because you can move. You're able to start moving your legs and your arms, and so. But I'm really, really proud of you. Really proud of what you're doing and able to share your story out there, because it really is. Yeah, and I like bringing these comments up because, like Marina, I love your sense of humor. And I told you that it just makes me so proud to know you and hear your amazing journey. So let's go to number 2. If you remember that question, it says, so please tell us what happened to you. I think
3 years ago, I had 2 brainstem strokes and was eventually diagnosed with locked-in syndrome, which is a serious condition where one is completely paralyzed but fully cognitive. During my first ambulance ride from my home to the hospital, my first responder assumed I was dead and called out to his colleague my sign of death to my face. I wanted to shout out, "I'm alive," but I literally was unable to move a muscle, and nothing obviously came out of my mouth. Shortly afterwards, I was naturally worried about being buried alive.
yes.
As you can imagine, it was a horrifying experience, but things are starting to look up for me now.
Yes. And that has to be the feeling, because I know we talk to a lot of people that when they first have their stroke, they have aphasia or they can't even talk, and your doctor is saying something, but you can't say anything. That's got to be frustrating. Well, it is frustrating for probably most of us. But that's, it's just amazing. So let's go on to the next question, because it's just, your story is just, I mean, it's beautiful. So, so did you have this number 3? Did you have a lot of family support?
My wife and brother were amazing. Unfortunately, as I'm technically a legal immigrant to America, my parents were unable to help much, but they visited me in the early days. My brother enabled me to communicate with a laser pointer taped to a baseball cap. The laser pointer pointed to letters on a large card. The first word I spelled out was transfer, as I desperately wanted the next step in this ugly journey to be over. My wife listened, and I was promptly transferred to an acute rehabilitation facility specializing in traumatic brain injuries, including strokes.
Wow. Yeah. It just sort of, I mean, looking at all these comments too, they feel like I do. This is just amazing. And the attitude that you have is so enlightening. I keep saying it all the time. I'm so proud of you. It really, you're very enlightening. And so it's so important people to know what this is. So if we go through the number 4 question, did you know what a stroke was before?
In retrospect, I had little idea what was involved in a stroke. I knew it was related to the brain and thought it was something that happened to extremely old people.
Yeah.
In reality, it can occur at any age, even to unborn babies, but abnormally, strokes happen to the old. I have an online friend who survived their stroke at 21. She's now walking and talking, which gives me inspiration. We all definitely need to increase our awareness of strokes.
Yes, exactly. So that encourages you. You see that your friend had a stroke, and now I don't know how long ago. I know you probably just said it, and another stroke moment here, forgot. But you it's encouraging that he's walking now. And so that's, yeah, I'm going to bring this comment up, is very positive, Lynn. You're right. Duncan is so positive. And before I go on to the next question, I'd love to bring the comments because it's you're just an amazing person. And Teresa, dude, you rock. Yeah, it's so true. Exactly. So we go on here to number 5 is why is it important to you to share your journey to the world?
It's important to share my journey to raise awareness of strokes, and selfishly, it feels good to tell people my journey. It's a massive release to unveil my story.
Yes. Right? I mean, I think we all hear this, and so cool and amazing from John Loomis. And I know we're getting questions, but okay. Salute says we love your positivity, and it is, yes. See, and you're moving, you move very well. I mean, it's just from being locked in to now, 3 years later, you're moving very well. So I looking forward to the future months and times that you continue your journey. So number 6 is, how did you push through on those hard days?
Excellent question. I'm still enduring my hardest days, I guess. Although things are getting easier for me. Knowing that my brain is busy rewiring, aka neuroplasticity. Exercise and therapy are great, but if, like me, your stroke was over a year ago, you also have to recognize you're fighting muscular atrophy too.
Mm-hmm.
My calf muscles used to be huge, but they're now tiny through lack of use.
Yes.
My stroke friend also says you have to have a workout anthem. A good example would be the Rocky soundtrack, you know the one. It psychs you up to try your hardest. Lastly, I also believe you only build muscle on your last rep when you can't do anymore.
That's right. That's right. And I love how you say neuroplasticity, because we are all rewiring our brain, because all the folks out here all across the world that are here are most of them are stroke survivors. There other here are caregivers as well. And so, wow, this is terrific. I really should have done a whole bunch more questions. So, so what would you say? This is number 7. What would you say to someone going through a difficult situation right now?
I can't speak for all difficult situations, but if I was facing the initial stages of stroke recovery again, I would educate myself on the type of stroke I had survived, what caused it, what medication I was on, etc. Aggressive rehabilitation exercise is obviously critical to regaining what you had, but you'll probably recover differently.
Yes.
Remember, all strokes and recoveries are very different.
Yes.
It's also important to focus on your diet. Portion sizes were different, but I probably ate healthier before my strokes. In my experience, hospital and nursing home food is high in sugar and processed carbohydrates. You really need something more conducive to positive brain health. I recently cut out most carbs and dairy. White meat and fish are better for you. So are good fats, like avocados and olive oil, etc. My mind already feels much clearer.
Wow.
You don't want to gauge yourself by others' progress or effort. In my experience, the residents in nursing homes seldom do exercises by themselves. They probably stopped caring so much because they've already lived most of their lives. If you're listening to this, you probably haven't. Lastly, it's critical to laugh and stay positive. To keep my spirits up, I often think how my college girlfriend of 2 years thankfully left me. To her immense annoyance, I was laughing as she dumped me for not taking our relationship seriously enough. I found it slightly funny, and it built like a microphone, feedbacking.
That's so true. Oh gosh, I love it. Yeah, and I should have asked one other question because I saw a comment came up, and you can either shake your head up or like this. Did you have surgery? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because I should have had that, but that's okay. So what? Here's another number 8 is what has been the most difficult part of your recovery?
I'd say the speed of recovery. Some locked-in syndrome patients never improve, and some almost completely recover in a few months. However, the hardest part of recovery is definitely in my future. Taking my first steps again. I can stand for about 5 minutes
Ah,
and kick my legs out. I just need assistance getting up from my wheelchair.
congratulations. I'm 10 years out, and I still, the walking is very difficult and doing things. So, I mean, 3 years out, I mean, I can't even imagine 10 years you're going to be walking in circles around me because I'm like my grandkids say, I walk like a penguin because I'm yeah, limping around there. And yes, Ray Magnus says, Duncan, you are hilarious. Exactly. I know. And you're right, Kevin, Duncan, you are always laughing. Hey, it's terrific. I'm really it's great. And let's see, Jerry. Oh, hello, Jerry and Duncan. Happy Tuesday from Chicago. Well, nice to see you guys here. Yeah. Let's see. We have other questions. So let's see. So let's see, number 10. How has your emotional? Everybody asks this question, even if they're everybody, because I know what my situation is. How has your emotional state been since having your stroke? Wait, yeah.
I've noticed an exaggerated swing in my feelings. Before my strokes, I never used to weep or laugh out loud to movies, but now I do it all the time. I think it's because I'm less inhibited post-strokes and before I learned to edit my emotions.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a tough part of the stroke. As you say, every stroke is different. The recovery's all different. We all have our own issues and that we deal with, and I know that it's amazing. I threw you for a loop there because I skipped the question, didn't I? So it's number 9 was what is your typical day like since COVID?
Like many, during COVID, my days are not too interesting. I'm washed and lowered into my powered wheelchair before breakfast at 9. Then it's email and Instagram while listening to music. I work out concurrently. After lunch, I brush my teeth unassisted with an electric toothbrush, and then it's back to my adapted iPad and working out until dinner at 6. I recently downloaded a great app for oral exercises. It looks like it will really help with my speech. As I live in a US nursing home, I'm fully vaccinated, but probably won't be able to leave the grounds until fall.
Yeah, exactly. That's good point there. Because it is, I've got my first shot, so just waiting for the next one. Um, so, um, so if we can you let the viewers know, what would you say? Can you let our viewers know something, how we want to end this conversation? I think it would be your number 11. Did we have that on there? Probably the last.
Sure, I'll try, but my comedic timing might be slightly off. A father says to his daughter's boyfriend, have her back by 10:15 or they'll be held to pay. The boyfriend replies, okay, I'll have her back by mid-October.
Oh, that's great. I love it. Is there anything else that you kind of put on there for us? Nothing else? This is great because you're just so inspiring and very inspiring. We're going to have to do this again. And I should have been giving you a ton more questions, but still, Lori says, we call her Bo, nice smile. So I'll go through some of these comments here. Sense of humor. You probably could see these. Me saying it probably driving you crazy there. Go a long way with a positive recovery, sense of humor. And it sounds like you're busy every single day. I mean, you've got it down to a science, and the iPad has really helped you out for your recovery exercises. And I know maybe I should talk softly because of the you have somebody in your room with you that watches TV all the time, right? Yeah, that's but again, I really, really appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule and to be on the show and sharing your story, your journey. It's been very enlightening to me.
Goodbye, Jerry, and thanks for hosting me on your show.
I love it. You guys, really, this is, thank you, Duncan. I appreciate it. And get off to a little late start, but it was so fun. And let's do this again, and we'll get about 20 more questions, because I know this is very, very great for everybody to see this. I mean, you see these comments, you obviously can go back to watch the replay, and you'll see the comments, and then it's just terrific. So again, I appreciate you, and I appreciate you on the show. And just like Teresa just said, great way to start my day. See, there's no excuses, anybody. You got to be strong and fend for yourself. So anyway, Duncan, take care. Bye. Yeah, it's great. See, and I love how you're making the effort to talk. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yes. Man, be excited. So again, thank you, and everybody out there, thanks for showing up and commenting. It really means a lot. So again, I'll sign off for now, and then we will chat again. I'll get on email with you, and we'll talk. Bye to you, Duncan.